The woman in your bed might already belong to another man, and you wouldn't even know it. She whispers goodnight, smiles across the table, but her soul, her fire, her passion, they're no longer yours. You keep telling yourself it's stress, that she's just tired. No, she's already choosing someone else while you stay blind. She'll never say, "I don't desire you anymore." Instead, she'll drop clues, soft phrases, sweet words that slice you apart when you finally understand them. Today, I'll reveal the 5 most dangerous phrases an unfaithful woman says when she's already slipping away but doesn't want to look like the bad one. If you don't learn to spot them, you'll be the last to know, the last to see it coming. I'm not here to comfort you. I'm here to wake you up, because if you don't take control now, she will. Stay with me, because phrase number 4 is where intimacy turns into a weapon. You can't afford to miss it. Before we start, I dropped a question in the pinned comment, and I'd appreciate it if you answered it. Your thoughts will really help me. Let's begin. Number 1, I feel disconnected, but I don't know why. Has a woman ever looked at you and said, "I feel disconnected, but I don't know why"? And instead of hearing that as the alarm it is, you lowered your head. You thought you failed her. You thought, "I need to fix this. I need to try harder." But here's the truth. That phrase isn't a cry for help. It's the beginning of abandonment. And the worst part, it didn't start today. It started weeks, maybe months ago, while you were still convincing yourself everything was fine. When a woman says she feels disconnected, it's because she's already started seeing someone, maybe not physically, but emotionally. She's looking at another man with eyes that used to belong to you. Your hands no longer excite her. Your words don't move her. She doesn't wait for your messages anymore because her desire has quietly left the building. She's here in body, but her heart and mind, they're somewhere else. The darkest part of this phrase, she knows exactly what she's disconnected from. She's disconnected from your strength, your presence, that edge you had when she first looked at you like you were the only man in the room. But she won't say that. She can't. Because admitting it means admitting she's already gone. So she wraps it in a soft tone, almost spiritual, like she's on a journey. But her journey isn't inward. It's away from you, closer to someone else. This is how women break up. Not all at once, but little by little. They stay close enough to keep you as an emotional backup, but far enough to drain the life out of you while they test the waters elsewhere. And if you're not solid, if you don't see it, you'll start begging. You'll give more attention, more energy, hoping she notices. But you're not competing with a ghost. You're competing with a man who already exists in her desire. Don't take this as drama. Take it as a code. I feel disconnected isn't the beginning of trouble. It's the end. And if you see it as a chance to win her back, you'll lose faster than you think. What's worse, hearing her say, "I feel disconnected," or realizing you felt it long before she said it? Be honest. I want to hear the moment you knew something was already broken. Number 2, I need some space. When a woman says, "I need some space," it sounds calm, almost harmless, like she's trying to find herself. But the truth, she's not looking for clarity. She's creating distance, emotional, strategic distance. Most men hear these words and freeze. They wait like loyal soldiers, believing patience will bring her back. But giving space to someone already pulling away isn't strength. It's giving her all the room she needs to forget you. I need space really means I want to feel single without facing the guilt of breaking up. It's a soft breakup disguised as kindness. She doesn't want you to move on, not yet. but she's already building a life that doesn't include you. You'll see the signs. Her texts become shorter. Her laugh feels distant. You notice how she smiles at her phone when you're not around. That's not space. That's her quietly shifting her desire elsewhere. Think back. Has any woman ever told you she needed space? And deep down, you knew it wasn't about time alone. It was about time away from you. I want you to share that story in the comments. Not to vent, but to show other men they're not the only ones who felt that quiet goodbye creeping in. This is where men lose themselves. They start proving, begging, or waiting, thinking they can earn her love back. But love isn't earned this way. Desire dies the moment you start asking permission to stay. A man with self-respect doesn't fight for space. He gives it in a way that leaves her wondering what she just lost. You don't wait on the shelf like a backup plan. You show her that your absence has weight. And here's the truth. If you step back and she doesn't step forward, she was already gone. Her heart had already crossed that invisible line. You're not losing her because of space. You're losing her because she left long before she said it. I need some space isn't an innocent phrase. It's the moment you decide if you'll be the man she regrets or the man she forgets. And if you keep waiting, trust me, you'll be the latter. What's worse, when she asks for space or when you realize she never intended to come back. I want to know which moment hit you harder. Drop it in the comments and let's see how many men felt the same knife. And if you think that's the hardest part, wait for the next phrase. That's where she flips the blame and makes you doubt your own reality. Number 3, you're imagining things. Her favorite gaslight. You confront her. You ask a question that's been eating at you. Her late replies, her strange energy, that look on her face. And she cuts you down with 4 words. You're imagining things. It feels small, harmless even, but it's not. That phrase is the sharpest knife in her drawer. It doesn't just shut down the conversation, it makes you doubt your own reality. This is gaslighting in its purest form. She flips the script. You're no longer questioning her, you're questioning yourself. And the more you question yourself, the less you trust your instincts. Why does she do it? Because if she can make you feel crazy, she keeps her freedom. She makes you hesitate. She buys herself time. And you, instead of holding the line, start apologizing for even asking. This is how men lose themselves. They bury their instincts under her words. They see signs, they feel shifts, but they stay silent. And silence is the soil where betrayal grows. Tell me, have you ever felt in your gut that you were right, but let her convince you that you were imagining it? Drop it below, because that moment defines whether you trusted yourself or gave your power away. A man can't afford to doubt his gut. Your instinct is your weapon. When she says, you're imagining things, you don't argue. You don't beg. You trust what you saw. You trust what you felt. And you act from that clarity. Gaslighting is like standing in a house with smoke pouring through the windows, and she's telling you it's all in your head. If you listen, you'll burn. If you trust yourself, you'll walk out alive. So hear me. Never betray your own gut just to keep her comfortable. The moment you silence yourself for her approval, you've already handed her the power to destroy you. Trust yourself first, or you'll never be trusted by anyone else. And if you think this is brutal, wait for the next one. Not tonight. That's when intimacy itself turns into a weapon. Number 4, when she says not tonight, it's never just about tonight. You reach for her in bed. She turns away. And all you hear is 2 words that cut deeper than silence. Not tonight. She says she's tired. She says she's stressed. But here's the truth. When a woman keeps saying, "Not tonight," it's not about the night. It's about desire. Women don't cut off intimacy all at once. They ration it. They withhold it slowly, like testing how little they can give while keeping you close enough to stay. And this is where men start dying inside. You feel unwanted, invisible, like a stranger in your own bed. And every rejection doesn't just kill the moment, it kills a piece of your confidence as a man. Tell me honestly, have you ever laid awake next to her, wondering why the woman who once couldn't get enough of you now pulls away from your touch? Drop your answer below, because that silence is the loudest betrayal a man can feel. And listen carefully, intimacy is not something you beg for. The moment you chase it, it dies. A man doesn't ask for permission to be desired. He either is, or he walks away with his self-respect intact. Withholding intimacy is like a flame dying in slow motion, not in one blow, but night after night, until all that's left is the cold shadow of what used to be fire. If "not tonight" becomes a pattern, it's not exhaustion, it's exit. And the sooner you face that, the sooner you stop living like a man, begging for scraps of affection. A woman who truly desires you doesn't ration intimacy. She craves it. And if she no longer does, you don't chase her. You reclaim yourself. Because here's the harsh truth. Intimacy is the mirror of her desire. If she keeps closing the door at night, it's because she's already opening it somewhere else, even if only in her mind. And if you think rejection is bad, the next phrase is worse. You're insecure. That's when she takes her withdrawal and flips the blame onto you. Number 5. You're insecure, her final weapon. You confront her. You ask the question you've been holding in. Why the late replies? Why the cold distance? Why her energy feels different? And instead of answering, she slices you down with 2 words. You're insecure. That phrase isn't about truth. It's about control. It doesn't defend her actions. It attacks your identity. It's a move designed to flip the entire argument against you. When she says, "You're insecure," what she's really saying is, stop noticing, stop questioning, stop holding me accountable. It's not an answer, it's a smokescreen. And this is where men collapse. You start questioning yourself instead of her. You start apologizing. You even start thinking maybe she's right, maybe you are insecure. And just like that, her actions go unchallenged while your strength dissolves. Be honest. Has a woman ever called you insecure when all you were doing was trusting your gut? Comment it below, because too many men confuse awareness with weakness, and that lie has destroyed countless relationships. Understand this. Awareness is not insecurity. Insecurity is begging. Insecurity is chasing. But calling out what's real, trusting your instinct, refusing to be blind, that's not weakness, that's strength. Her calling you insecure is like a thief calling the guard paranoid. She wants you to doubt your own eyes so she can keep stealing in peace. This is projection. She takes the discomfort of being exposed and throws it onto you. And if you accept it, you become the shield she hides behind, while she keeps moving in the shadow. The strongest men are not the ones who stay silent when shamed. They are the ones who hold the frame, look her in the eye, and let her know. Clarity is not insecurity. It's leadership. So, hear me. Never let her use that word to disarm you. The moment you believe it, you hand her the keys to your confidence. And once your confidence is gone, she owns you completely. And that's why these phrases matter. They're not harmless words. They're codes. And if you don't learn to break them, you'll always be the last one to know. Now you see it. These phrases aren't random. They're not harmless. They're codes, signals, the quiet language of a woman already halfway out the door. Each one seems small on the surface, but together they're the script of betrayal. The danger isn't just her words, it's your silence. Because the moment you ignore your instincts, the moment you accept these phrases as truth, you become the last one to know. And that's why most men lose. Not because she left, but because they refused to see the signs while she was still there. But you don't have to be that man. You don't have to beg. You don't have to accept crumbs. You don't have to compete with ghosts. The man who wins is the man who sees clearly, the one who trusts his gut, the one who doesn't wait for permission to act, the one who values himself enough to walk when the bond is already dead. So let me leave you with this. The next time you hear one of these phrases, don't hear her words, hear the code behind them. Don't chase, don't explain, don't beg, stand tall, look in the mirror, and choose clarity over comfort. And now it's your turn. Which of these phrases have you heard the most? And what did it do to you? Drop it below, because your story might be the one that keeps another man from falling asleep next to betrayal tonight. This is your wake-up call. Break the code, reclaim your clarity, and never again let soft words blind you to hard truths.